Should you pull for Yinlin? It's a question that's been on a lot of people's minds, especially recently with the new Wuthering Waves update, which pretty much pushed her banner forwards. And on the day that I upload the video, her banner should be coming out today. So with this coming forwards, there's going to be a lot of people that are very confused and don't really know what to do because they thought they'd have a lot more time to think it over. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about everything you need to know about Yinlin and just kind of explaining it from a normal person point of view. Because I know there's a lot of guides and different like should you pull videos that are really confusing and just don't really get straight to the point. And they often bring out like a big spreadsheet and tell you like, oh, Yinlin's got like 2.6% more crit damage than this character, and you know they're better at this and they're more efficient at doing this. I'm not going to be talking about any of that. I'm literally just going to be explaining it as like simply as possible, as that's exactly what I've been looking for whenever looking for these kinds of videos. Now before this video begins, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and also go use my code Kaza at gamersubs.com. And that'll be down in the link below. So who is Yinlin? Now, this is the only official Wuthering Waves post we have, and it's a post-lament Anthropocene, whatever that means. And pretty much it's a quick introduction to her. And I say this is the only post. I think we also had another one which was like a bit of a longer banner. And on the day that I'm recording, we've got 2 days left and we haven't even seen a trailer for her. So I don't know if Kuro Games is still working on that, because obviously they weren't expecting to release her for like another week from now. So maybe they're trying to get it out as quickly as possible, and they should release it maybe tomorrow, which would have been yesterday whenever this video comes out. And we should be able to get to know her a little bit better. But thank God in the beta test, we actually got to try her out. And throughout this video, I'm going to be playing footage of her gameplay so you can understand how she works. And I will also be talking you through it all. So pretty much what it says here is has a little voice line from Yinlin there. And then it says archive, previously known as an outstanding Jinzhou patroller. Yinlin is steady and reliable, yet harbors hidden depth secrets. She excels at exploiting resources at her disposal to uncover lurking crimes. Beneath her aloof and flamboyant exterior, Yinlin possesses a heart of gold, reserved only for those that she deems trustworthy. Now again, we're going to be seeing a lot more of this story whenever she comes out and also in future updates, so we're going to get to know what her character is like a little bit better. But just looking at the overall gameplay from her, she looks amazing. And that's one of the main points that I just wanted to start off with, is character design. And this is something that a lot of people don't really bring up, and I also mention this quite a lot in my videos, is character design is very important. Now, yes, if you're a meta player, you can care about, you know, how much damage she does or who she works well with or this or that. But to be honest, one of the big factors for me is character design and whether I like how the character looks, because you're going to be playing at it, you're going to be seeing them quite a bit on your screen, so you might as well like how the character looks. And you know, it's safe to say that I think Yinlin is a good looking character. I mean, the character design is very interesting and unique. I don't think we've seen this from any other game or any other gacha game, in fact. So again, she looks really cool. And if you remember, whenever Wuthering Waves first came out, she was one of the videos that actually caught a lot of people in the gacha space's attention with all of the animations and stuff. And yeah, people were just super excited for her. So again, her whole like lightning design looks super cool. But then we go on to her actual playstyle. Now, how does she actually play? What does she do? Well, she is a sub DPS character, meaning that, you know, she's going to be dealing a bit of damage, but mostly off field. Now, there has been a lot of people in the community saying, hey, she's not just a sub DPS character, you can use her as a DPS. Well, yes, that is true, because she does deal a crazy amount of damage. And I mean, she is super good for a lot of AoE damage. So you can, you know, deal damage to a lot of enemies at once, which is amazing. So if you're looking for someone that needs to deal a lot of damage and a lot of like surrounding character damage, then this is definitely the character for you. Especially if you're looking to take on late game, because I think Yinlin is going to be a super good character for things like Tower of Adversity and all of the end game kind of stuff at the end, because she's going to be able to, you know, deal damage to a lot of characters all at once while dealing like a massive amount of damage. And that isn't the only best thing, as she can also deal off-field damage. So a lot of this damage she's doing, you don't even need her on the field. Like, you can have her on the field and use her as a DPS. That's why a lot of people are arguing that. But she can also work super well as a sub DPS, meaning that say you're like fighting with your Baija or your Varina, and they're doing like, you know, 2 damage because, you know, they don't really deal much damage in the first place. Well, you're actually going to be dealing a ton of electro damage as well whenever hitting them, because Yinlin's going to be providing you with that damage. So that's what makes her a super good sub DPS, and she can be extremely good in your team. Now, how does she actually deal this AoE damage? Well, she can actually tether to these enemies. I mean, yes, there'll be a couple of clips playing here. She can actually tether to enemies, so her little puppet thingy here will actually like kind of have like a little wire between all the enemies, and it will link up between whoever you kind of like target, and it can target as many as you like more than 5 enemies. Like, it's actually insane to see how many enemies she can actually deal damage to. And then pretty much once they're tethered and you deal damage to one of the enemies, it will deal damage to all of the other enemies. And the same goes for if you're off field too. So if one of your characters deals damage to one of the enemies and they're tethered, then it will also deal damage to literally everyone on the field. So I think you can see why this is going to be super good end game. And you're going to really want her if you want to do good in the end game. And as for teams and characters she works well with, Kalchara is definitely going to be a very, very good character she works with because she actually has an electro damage bonus, which is super good. And obviously Kalchara already does a lot of damage on his own. So just imagine you doing a ton of damage with Kalchara, with Yinlin's abilities also dealing the same amount of electro damage in the background. You know, you're going to have a very good team there. And as for support characters, you're going to want someone like Verena or Baija, depending on whatever support you've got. I mean, not everyone's lucky to get Verena. So again, just use whatever support you can that can, you know, do some healing and also, you know, even increase your damage like Verena. And then you should be pretty set because these teams are absolutely insane. So should you actually pull for her? That is a big question. I think you should. I mean, it does depend on what kind of characters you got, but even then, she is such a flexible character that I think she could kind of work in any situation. As I said, you could use her as a main DPS if you really wanted to. Now, I think she is better as a sub DPS, but again, she just deals so much damage that it just doesn't even matter because she's so good and so good for endgame that you kind of like need to pull for her, especially if you want to do damage. Now, if you don't like her character design or you don't like, you know, how she works or how her gameplay is, then obviously you don't have to pull for her. I mean, you know, no one's forcing you to use this character. But again, I'm just making a suggestion just based off of her playstyle, her design, and just overall need in the game. And I think Yinlin is going to be a super important character, even later down on the line whenever we have new characters. I mean, we're going to have to see how some of these characters actually work. But I think Yinlin is going to be one that stays for a while. Like, compared to Jian, I think Jian could easily get power crept at some point. I mean, probably not right now. I mean, he is still amazing and he does a ton of damage. But I think Yinlin is so special that it can't really be replaced. Now, yes, Kuro Games could bring out a similar character to her, which works similar. So again, we'll have to see in the future, but if you need a good sub DPS character or even a DPS character that just deals a ton of damage, then Yinlin is going to be the character for you. And it's also an added bonus that her character design is super nice, and also, you know, she's going to be featured in the story very soon. So yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know about Yinlin. I just really wanted to give a simplistic description of what she does and, you know, whether she's going to be good for you. And yeah, it just turns out she's going to be super flexible overall. So yeah, just let me know in the comments whether you're going to pull for Yinlin because I'm super interested. I mean, some people, you know, have pulled for Jian and aren't going to pull on Yinlin. And we've also got future characters like Jinshi and Changli, which are coming out, which, you know, you might be saving for too. So yeah, let me know if you're going to be pulling for her or if you're going to be saving for a different character. And yeah, I'm just super interested to see. Yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And also, if you're looking for some great flavors for energy or even a few waifu cubs, then don't forget to go to Gamersubs and use my code Kaza. And again, I'll have a link for that down in the description, so you can go there right now and go there and use my code. And yeah, they've just got a ton of really cool products. I mean, you know, all the cups look great, and also I've tried some of the flavors and they taste really nice. So definitely go over there and try it out. And yeah, don't forget to use my code. That's all. See ya.
Hands up, embrace who you wanna be. We're reaching heights unseen.